Hello, sir. Whoa,
What up, dog?
you are very close to the screen. Where are you?
I'm at Wendy's. Diner podcast, always ready, baby.
I suppose. So, I mean, you have to be ready, though, whenever Mr. H reaches out and wants to come on and announce a couple things for the show and to talk about some things that happened at the Ultimate Rumble. I feel like you have to just drop whatever you're doing and bring him on.
Yeah, I've already eaten my Baconator, so I'm ready to listen.
So you're nice and full and ready to go?
Yeah, I might fall asleep, though. It's Mr. H, but we love
Well,
Mr. H. I'm just joking.
you better wake your ass up and respect the owner of Signal 10 Wrestling, Mr. H. Welcome, sir.
Hello. Is he loading?
No, he's there. I think he's just super upset with your disrespect.
Oh, mine's still loading.
There we go. Well, thanks for having me. I have been wanting to come on here and clarify a few things since the Rumble. And I had to take a little bit of time just to kind of process everything that happened. Luckily, for both of you, I did take a little bit of a pause after the show because Sam Knight came in at number 1 in the Rumble. Both of you entered after Sam, and yet both of you were eliminated before Sam. Sam wasn't eliminated. Neither was Mr. H. But I put you guys in the match because I figured you could actually do something productive in there, and neither one of you could do anything.
I thought so too, in all fairness, but then I gave it 30 seconds of fury, and I unfortunately picked a very large individual, and he threw me like a toddler. So it did not go as planned. In hindsight, I should have went after the weaker man and Sam, and I think I would have fared a little bit better, but unfortunately, I made the wrong choice.
But Mr. H, I delivered 3 stunners.
You did, and it was very impressive. And I don't know why after you didn't stun him, you didn't throw him out of the ring.
I ran out of gas.
No, he gave him a hug.
Yeah.
What kind of competitor gives a man a hug after a stunner?
You didn't run out of gas. You were so excited to be in the ring with Sam freaking Knight that it was like a kid seeing his superhero. It was disgusting. And Jared, you go in the ring and you go right after Anthony Lee. I don't.
Yeah. You know, hindsight, I watched it back and I should have looked around and went a different route. I looked, he had a man in the air, so I thought if I just smacked him really hard, it would work. And then I tried again, and then, yeah, it put me on my back. And then he picked me up and threw me out of the ring like I weighed nothing. It was very embarrassing.
Well, and speaking of which, I don't know yet, waiting on all of the official times, but you may have been the shortest person in the Rumble.
Yeah, I would assume you might be correct. It was a very, very. I feel like I gave it a valiant effort, but hindsight, Anthony Lee was a little bit overmatched for me.
Yeah, you gave up like 100 pounds.
Yeah.
At the end of the night, or the end of the show, everybody was chanting Sam Knight, and I think even I heard a couple of people chanting "You deserve it" or something. And I was just sitting there laughing because I'm thinking, you didn't win.
Yeah.
If you go back and watch, that's why I posted the video.
Well, so technically you're a co-champion right now.
Yeah.
No.
That's absolutely one way to look at it because
he was smart and he ducked underneath and rolled out of harm's way to save himself. And then now he can just, hey, I'm the co-champion. It's not my fault you walked out with the title.
He bailed.
Hold on. Speaking of him walking out with the title, we talked to him on Father's Day, and as far as I know, that's the last time that our baby has been seen. So, like, it's gotten to the point where, look, I've even created missing flyers. I'm going to start posting these places because I want to know what happened with our title. I want it back.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know who authorized him to leave the building with it because it sure wasn't me.
I want to see sight of like life. I just want to see it. I was used to having it on my shoulder, and then I got thrown out like a sack of potatoes, so I did not get to hold on to my title.
Yeah. Sorry about that. He might have asked me, and I said, "Yeah, go for it." And then I didn't think he was serious on leaving with the belt.
Now, I would like to pivot, if you do not mind, from Mr. Sam and go to who I feel should be the rightful Diner Podcast champion. I am not sure if you watched the interview with Ashton Adonis, but he made a lot of good points.
He did. He made I think probably the biggest fact is that he beat Sam an hour before Sam not actually won the Rumble match.
But I have
He pinned him
questions
1, 2,
about
3. Yeah, go ahead.
What were you doing during that match? I feel like you miscombobulated some things and cost Sam the match.
No, he just needed to make sure the ref knew what the rules were going into the night. He just was making sure they had a couple things that got miscommunicated. I think that's correct. I don't want to speak for Mr. H, but I believe that was what I saw from the commentary table.
Well, I want to set the record straight here because I think there's been several people that have thought something nefarious about me going out there during Sam's match. And I just want to set the record straight kind of here. You've probably seen there's been issues at other promotions where during the match people get injured from a rope breaking or toppling down. And from where I was sitting, it looked like that middle rope was about to give. And I tried to tell all the referees wear earpieces. You've probably seen them during the show, but they have the little earpieces. That's one of the reasons they have that is so we can communicate things if we see that maybe they don't. That's why in the NFL, how many referees do you have? You got a ton of referees, right? Because they're all looking at different things.
Exactly.
So I tried to communicate with him. He was not acknowledging me that he was hearing me. So I went up there. I did not want, I hate to admit this, but I didn't want Sam to get injured during his match. If he actually hit the ropes and got injured. And Ashton, for that matter, I'm not saying it was Sam was more important. Both gentlemen, their safety at Signal 10 is my top priority. And I was going out there to tell him, hey, make sure if they're hitting these ropes, let them know. And I had no control over what happened during the match. And it just so happened that Ashton was able to get Sam in a roll up and get the 1, 2, 3. So I have nothing to do with that. I was simply out there trying to make sure that everybody was safe in the ring.
Well, and I can attest to that because I personally got to the show a little bit early and saw who you had placing those ropes together. And pardon my language, but you had a jackass putting those ropes together. So rightfully so, you absolutely want to make sure that stuff's taken care of. Because, yeah, you're liable for these men, and you don't want anybody getting hurt. Right. So whether I went out there and got involved is what people are saying. That's not the case. I went out there. It was a safety concern. I wasn't getting the feedback on the radio or I wasn't getting the feedback from him. He was hearing me on the radio. And so I had to go in there and tell him before somebody got hurt. And the fact of the matter is, had I not went out there, Ashton Adonis would have still won 1, 2, 3, regardless of that. So yeah, you can say what you want, but my involvement had nothing to do with Sam losing. And you can't help Ashton's that smart. He's a smart man. He saw the opportunity, and why not? Sam should have been paying attention to the match and not you. It didn't really matter what you were doing. He should have still been fighting his opponent. Right. So that match, they were all randomly selected to. It just so happened that Ashton and Sam's match was going to be 1 and 19. They were randomly picked, just like the sponsors for the Rumble picks. All of those things were random. And the reason that the winner didn't get the number 20 spot was because it was already determined the loser of the Omen Myers match was going to be number 20. And we wouldn't know who that was going to be until after that match. All of those things, all these things that people are assuming that was kind of negative on my part or swaying one way or the other, different things, it is simply not true. Yeah, I think that makes perfect sense. Like I said, Sam, didn't pay attention to what was going on in the ring. Ashton made the right decision. And then, unfortunately, Sam got the best of him later in the night, whatever. But, you get lucky every once in a while.
Sam Knight won.
No, he's co-champions with Mr. H.
And I don't want to take
Does that mean we're going to see Mr. H, Sam Knight for the Diner title?
Is that your announcement for the Summer Bash?
listen, I don't want to take credit as co-champion, because as much as it pains me to say this, I didn't win, right? There was somebody else that wasn't eliminated, and that gentleman happened to be Sam Knight. And likewise, he can't say he won because I was never eliminated. So we have this conundrum here where we have two people that are still in the Rumble with no actual winner, but yet Sam's has the belt. He's claiming he's champion and all these other things.
So hindsight, instead of him calling me back in the ring and pretending to shake my hand like the angry fella that he was, and then tossing me out of the ring, he should have instead done that to you, and then we would not be in this predicament where you are basically the co-champion.
And that's possible. I don't know if you saw me after the Rumble. And when I say that, I know you didn't, because a lot of people think I was running from Sam, trying to get out of the ring quickly and all this other stuff. And again, as I said earlier, myself, the production team, the referees, we have earpieces so we can communicate. Yes, I was in the match. I still had to have my earpiece in. Something was going on backstage, literally, as I was out there trying to get Sam out. And when I heard that there was a distress out in the back, I had to quickly get back there as quick as I could, and I had to leave the match, unfortunately. Had that not happened, then absolutely, you could be looking at the first Diner Podcast champion. But unfortunately, I have a show to run. And as a manager of a show, and as the guy running this thing, I have multiple jobs, and I can't do everything. So, yeah, I had to leave the match. But I was never eliminated, and I think that's the important thing. So I want to get to my announcement, because I've been thinking about it, and what I've decided to do, because I think this is fair for everybody involved, even Evan, your favorite Sam. Okay, I think this is going to make everybody happy, or as happy as they can be. So Sam has the title right now, but he is not the Diner Podcast champion.
Agree.
He's not the champion. So he's going to go with a one-on-one match with Ashton Adonis. I think both of them, Ashton more importantly, made some good points here. And this will be the actual crowning of the Diner Podcast champion, because Ashton Adonis is well deserving of this title shot. And Sam obviously made it from one all the way to the end without being eliminated. So I felt like he probably deserves this as well. And he has the title. If I don't book him for the show, he's not going to bring the title. So those two guys, one-on-one, and we will finally have an actual Diner Podcast champion.
And it will be the end-all, be-all Ashton Adonis.
Nope.
I have a feeling we're going to see the same thing we saw at the Rumble. We're going to see Ashton over Sam and a referee counting 1, 2, 3.
Yep. And then you're going to see him standing over top, holding that beautiful, beautiful belt. And then we can have a champion that we're proud of. Isn't that great, Evan?
It's going to be attempted fall from Olympus. Sam gets out of it. Spear. 1, 2, 3. Game over.
Selfish plug here, but if anyone wants to look at our page and go back to our last video game and check out Evan's shirt, he was wearing an end-all, be-all Ashton Adonis shirt.
I'm not taking that away. Ashton Adonis is a very good wrestler. He has cool merch. I'm a human. I like cool stuff.
Sounds like somebody's turning around and maybe, not thinking Sam's a good champion. I don't know.
Easy, bud. I got a Sam Knight shirt too.
Fair.
Yeah.
So you just play both sides.
You can't have your own opinion. Yeah, you can't have your own opinion on something. You make everybody happy. You're a yes man. I love it.
Yeah.
What's best for business, baby?
Well, thank you for joining us tonight, Mr. H. That is a wonderful announcement. Our tickets are already on sale for the August 10th show.
So they are going to go on sale after July 1, which is Monday.
Okay.
So
Monday.
Look for tickets on signal10wrestling.com. We do also, I want to do a quick plug here for, we added a show actually before the August 10th show now. Probably most people around here may not want to make the drive because we are traveling. We're going to be on the road August 3rd, we're headed to Newcastle. There you go. For Newcastle Agony. Signal 10 is quickly becoming a name in the Midwest for wrestling action, and we're happy to be a part of this show over in Newcastle. It's going to be a co-show where there's wrestling as well as a Brazilian jiu-jitsu show card there as well. So it's going to be a heck of a time. We've got a lot of people interested in that show. And we actually have Jake Oman will be there in a non-title matchup against Elijah Arrow. So that's going to be a great match. Elijah is a young up and coming guy. He did a great job in the Rumble. I thought he was actually going to win the Rumble there for a little bit of time, just as long as he was in there.
So see, I kind of saved his life in a sense. He had been held up for, I believe, about 10 minutes up until that point, and I tried to slap that man and save his life. We'll go with that.
He should be thinking.
Felt bad for your chops. Like I pity the fool here.
Yeah, he
tried to chop.
Tossed me.
Yeah.
But well, thank you for joining us. Go ahead.
Real quick. Fans, the Signal 10 is becoming a hot commodity. That's why you are traveling. So I encourage even the Brazil people, the Clay County crowd, travel to Newcastle and see what they got, because I'm sure there's lots of surprises. There's going to be some heavy-duty matchups, so get your butts there.
Oh, and we had another idea. I want to bring back signs like the Attitude Era. I want people to come to the show with their signs for Ashton Adonis, preferably, or Sam Knight sucks, or things along those nature. Would be really, really cool. That'd be such an awesome visual to have a bunch of cool signs out in the crowd for Signal 10.
Oh man, that is a really good idea. I think if you show up to Summer Bash with a sign that says, Sam Knight stinks or something like that, I think you're going to get like a free sticker or something. I love that.
Yeah. I think that's then you get all kinds of cool things in the crowd. Yeah, Sam Knight sucks. Sam Knight's not the real Diner Podcast champion. Go Ashton Adonis. The end all be all. Any cool things like that would be awesome.
I love it. That's why I keep you guys around. You guys have some decent ideas once or twice a month.
See, every once in a while, we come up with some cool things.
All right. Well, the only other thing is we have not finalized anything yet, but I know there's a lot of people asking about the August show, and I can confirm Jake Oman will be defending his Signal 10 heavyweight championship. And that match will be announced hopefully soon. And he is a fighting champion, and he wants to keep. Real quick, also, I did watch both interviews, and this made me. I'm laughing thinking about it. Sam was talking about wanting to have a matchup with Jake Oman, and I almost dropped my phone. I was laughing so hard because Sam may be the quote-unquote Diner Podcast champion right now, but he is nowhere near Jake Oman's level. And the fact that he thinks that he deserves or he should be in a match with Jake Oman, just I needed that laugh, Sam. So if you're watching this or if you see this, thank you for that, because that's not going to happen. So I just want to leave you with that.
Here at the Diner, we try to provide good comedy.
No, you did, and it was fantastic. Like I said, it was hilarious. Sam, I gave him that chance. If he doesn't remember, maybe I can refresh his memory. He was in the tournament to become the first ever heavyweight champion. There was only 12 people total in that tournament, and he couldn't finish and get the win. So that's not my problem, Sam. That's not anything to do on my end. I gave you a shot, and you kind of blew it. So that's your one and only shot here with me.
You get one shot, one opportunity.
Fine, Diner Pod champion.
For now.
Yeah. Good second, I guess.
Well, thank you for joining us this evening. Like you said, tickets will go on sale Monday. But thank you, sir, and we will see you in Newcastle on the 3rd.
Absolutely. Be careful.
Have a good night, sir. You still awake over there? Well, good. Happy to see that your eyeballs are still open. So we get Ashton Adonis versus Sam Knight for our real Diner Podcast champion once and for all.
That's going to be a banger matchup. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
That'll be a great match. I mean, we'll differ on who's going to win, but
By
it is
banger,
what it
you
is.
mean he's going to bang his fist into Sam's face and then pin
No.
him 1, 2, 3, and it's going to be over?
It's going to be spear, maybe another spear. 1, 2, 3. Sam Knight's your champion. We go home happy.
No.
So,
I'm not sure.
yeah.
When you saw what happened in a one-on-one match with those two, who got the pinfall?
There was a little bit of discrepancy, but it was Ashton
Hey,
Adonis.
we can't help it that Sam can't pay attention to the opponent in the ring. He gets distracted easily, and he ended up getting pinned. That's not Ashton's fault. That's no slight to him. Sam just needs to pay attention more.
He did let his anger for Mr. H get the best of him, but you learn from it. And, you know, when it was worth all the marbles, he did come out on top in the Rumble. So, I mean, I guess he won Ashton Adonis won the battle. Sam won the war that night.
That time. But we will see. Tickets go on sale Monday. Let's get a big crowd, and we want to see signs. Send us pictures of your signs. Let's do a giveaway of some sort. We'll put it out separately from this. That way people can see it. But we want to see your signs, and we want to see a lot of signs brought to the show August 10th. Let's bring that back to wrestling. I think that'll be so much fun.
Comments that made me chuckle when I was reading.
Absolutely. We got diner signs and all kinds of cool stuff.
Comments. This is from Jay Snyder. Mr. H puts milk in the bowl before the cereal.
That's not nice. Very funny.
Yeah. Sam Knight is the man. He will destroy Mr. H. And then Jay Snyder again. Ashton Adonis is the Walmart brand Jake Paul.
Oh, I don't like any of these signs, Jay. Not good. You're picking the wrong team. Well, how about this? How about we go out on some good news? I have a new commercial for our sponsors.
All right, let's play it. I got to pee and I got to go home. I got to drive. I can't
Well, go
drive
do that.
live.
Get your kids home safely. We'll buy your tickets on Monday for August 10th Summer Bash, and Ashton Adonis will take on Sam Knight for the Diner Podcast title. And here is a little 4th of July commercial for our sponsors. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Bye.
Ooh.